You are most welcome to the Situation Corner, where we speak about the salient issues pertinent to student leadership and youth leadership concerning policy, planning, governance, and leadership. Today, we are touching the issues pertinent to the youth at the university level. And I'm glad to be joined by two great men from the Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus. On my left, I am joined by the interim president at the Islamic University in Uganda, Mr. Mahad. And on my right, I am joined by a contesting president at the Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus, Mr. Arafat Musana. Firstly, I'll give him the opportunity to say hello to our viewers. Mr. Mahad, say something.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Mahadi Sakamanya, the interim good president, Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahad. Quite inspirational. On my right, I'll allow Mr. Arafat to say hello to our viewers.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Musa Arafat. I want to greet you in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious, the most beneficent. I'm a good presidential aspirant at the Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus. Thank you.
Thank you, the two gentlemen. Let us kickstart this conversation with what's really happening within the country and across the world. Number one, the challenge of COVID has largely hit the student leadership at all institutions. A lot of things have been lagging behind, but also I believe in there, a few achievements have been realized.
Yes.
Okay? But also, we are looking at what's happening at your university, the online elections. And it's a new phenomenon within this country and across the world.
Yes.
And we'd love to understand how the university has adopted policies and structures to adopt this online system of elections and how the students at the university are taking this. So firstly, let me start with Honorable Mahad. What's your perspective on how the university is implementing the online system of campaigning and elections at the university, post-COVID-19 and pre-COVID-19? Let's go.
Firstly, on the online elections,
yes,
just we have the pandemic, although I think all of us, we are aware with it, wide, but we cannot leave our activities not done. And then we have to go with the activities, whether it can take what, but we will do them. Because in this world, we are given the opportunities. Things that previous were done practical, physically with engaging many students, now we can do them online because the digitalization came. I think previously we had that scenario in our country. We are still behind with the analog televisions where you can say that right stuff like that. Yeah. But now people, we had to adopt the digital. Yeah. Although, yeah, it is a bit challenging, but we have to adopt it. That's the way to go. Yeah. In all aspects of life. Yeah. Now, we cannot leave some activities not done because of we are waiting the time when COVID will get done. Yes. And then we don't expect COVID to get done in 2 years or 3 years. Yeah. We are still with the COVID, whereby we had to come in with another alternative, yes, whereby our activities must be done. Yes, yes. And then in my university, Islamic University in Uganda, where I'm coming from, we had to conduct the first online elections, and these were done last week. And then we got our EC chairperson, whereby student, in fact, we had to, because of being challenging and then new, we had to get that, how can we do this? And then we had to come in with the civic education on online training, and then we had to train the students on how to use the platforms digitally, and then they vote. Whereby the good thing with my university, we are having a ERP system that can help the student to do some stuff that you can see your result, you can attend lectures on that ERP. Yes, yeah, I think yeah, it is a bit challenging, but have to go with it, and then we adopt the society where you are, so that we can get something, yes, tomorrow and then the coming day. Yes.
So to connect to that, I know there are challenges in there because the percentage at which people within this country can own smartphones is not that high when you check out the statistics. So definitely, I know there are students out there who don't have the opportunity to vote online. Why? Because they can't access smartphones or they don't have laptops. You perhaps comment about that. But also, what would be your advice to the other universities who are still lagging behind, thinking that they are waiting for things to normalize, for them to adopt the same practice that has been adopted at the Islamic University? Please take it on.
My advice to them is we have some sayings in life, but a saying, not mine.
Yes.
It is about that don't wait the Karamajong to develop.
Yes, I've heard about it.
It is a saying in people,
yes,
not mine, but they say don't wait the Karamajong
to develop.
To develop.
Which implies you need to go ahead. You don't need to wait for other people.
Yes, we have to go ahead, whereby it is it is a bit challenging, but we are having some students, some technicians in IT or in information that can support that you can employ in your institution, and then you can do things online.
Yes.
Yeah, they are there.
Yes.
Just even we are having a problem that some students at home, they sleep, they eat, not doing any activity. Yeah. But that is our weakness. Yeah. How can you just sit down and then you say, how can I overcome this one? Yeah, there is YouTube. If you are a parent outside there when you're having a child, yeah, there is some courses that are being taught online, and they engage that student to learn some skills.
Yes.
It implies with the online activities in the institution. Let's not be there waiting for the time the COVID to go away. It won't go away. Okay. Just have to learn something. Let's try to learn. We employ IT students, IT staffs to help us, to help our activities to go smoothly. Yes. That's my advice to you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahad. I guess the viewers from the rest of the universities, the UCU and Makerere University, Chambogo, can also adopt this system as the interim president at the Islamic University has recommended. I believe personally as well that COVID is here to stay, but it has taught us a lot in terms of how much we need to change our social structures, our educational structures, and adopt how we can utilize the online systems to move forward, but also help us be more efficient and effective. At this particular moment, let me turn to the Guild presidential aspirant at the Islamic University to share with us his view, whether he really trusts the online system and if he has confidence in it. Please share with us.
Thank you. Thank you once again. My name is Musan Afat, and I'm a Guild presidential aspirant at Islamic University in Ghana, Kampala campus. First and foremost, I'm grateful for the invitation, and we are also grateful for the support we are getting from students. And I want to encourage them to continue supporting us, because we are the mission. We are the mission, and we are the students who are going to lead ourselves. Now, the issue of trusting the online election is that, to take you back, we should have had this election last year. For 2 years, we have not had an election. Before COVID came, before the president of Uganda declared a lockdown in March, we were going into an online election. We were going into a physical election, but then we were locked and went back home. As we anticipated to come back to campus, we still had the challenges. Now, I want to trust the system. But of course, if challenges happen, of course people will petition, and we shall do due diligence, and I want to confirm that. But I want to trust the system, because the elections before are not far much different from the election we are going to have. To the aspect that we have been campaigning physically, but the voting has been electronic. That you will go to a center and then be guided to go and vote electronically. So I want to trust the system. But I also want to confirm that if challenges happen,
yes,
of course we shall not be okay with it.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I want to state it that I want to trust the system.
You want to trust the system?
Yes.
But in case something happens, there are channels for you to petition.
Of course, channels are always there.
They're always there.
And I have told you we shall do due diligence.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Again, sticking with you, we know you were a contestant in this year's elections at the Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus. And we can't close the show or move forward without listening to your aspirations, your vision for the student leadership and your plans for the university. I know there have been challenges in the past leadership that you've seen. But firstly, what do you think makes you a different candidate in this year's contention? And what makes you the favorite candidate in this year's contention? Okay,
thank you so much. Briefly, I'm going to share part of our manifesto before we even launch it. And what makes me different from other contestants is that I come from a background of people who serve, yes, that I have served before, and I am passionate about what I do. Yes. And this is not something that you can do a bet. It is not a gamble.
Definitely.
That you come and contest, yes, then you must be strategic. And I have told you that I come from a background that has served before. And I don't want to go into that detail. But part of our manifesto is that the slogan we are using is, yes, a student-centered governance. Because we are the students and we want to govern ourselves. Yes, yes. That the decisions that we make, yes, are our own decisions. Yes, yes. We do not want people to do what? To, yes, overtake our interests. And that's what we stand for. Yes, yes. The first point that we want to focus on, yes, is, in a pandemic, yes, yes, and we have to adopt.
Yes, adoption, yes.
We have already adopted the online class. Yes. We have been studying online. And we have to empower students to go that way. Because you will not be, I'm currently in third year. Yes. Will I be in third year for 5 years? No. I want to encourage people I want to encourage the universities and students to embrace the system. Yes. Now we want to
You're
empower.
Speaking about the empowerment, yes. How?
We want to empower our colleagues by, first and foremost, lobbying the university, yes, to put standard mechanisms, which are not stressing to students. We want a fair system. And of course, students have had challenges here and there. And yes, some of them have embraced. And I want to also tell you that I have colleagues who have not embraced the same because of the technological challenges. Now that is one. We are going to do something about that. The other aspect is on we want to market our institution outside Islamic University in Uganda.
How are we going to
By doing that, yes, yes, we want to participate and not only participating but competing. In different competitions, yes, international, local, and yes, regional. Yes. These include debate competitions. We have had a junior debate before, yes, and colleagues have participated. Yes. Our female campus has qualified. Yes, yes. We want to embrace the same. Yes. We want to participate in international, in the human rights debate competitions. Yes, yes. We have participated before in multi-court, yes, competitions, yes, yes, regional, or African moods. Yes. We have participated in JESAP, yes, JESAP moods, yes, yes, for those students. Yes. We want to continue and encourage mass comm students, yes, yes, to embrace the media challenge. Yes. They have participated before. Yes, yes, and they have. I have been a participant. Yes, thank you so much. Yes. So we want to encourage students to embrace the same. Yes. So that now in that way, we shall be marketing our institution out there. Yes, yes. Then the other point is on empowering university clubs. Yes. Currently, I'm the president of the Human Rights Association. Yes. We have challenges. Yes. Financing the association. Yes. And we are aware that the university gives 500,000 to each association at the university. At the university. Okay. But it is a challenge to get that money. To get the money. It is a big challenge. But we want to ease in the system. How are we going to do that? We want to put a mechanism of which involves the guild. Yes. That if the association asks for such money, the guild is involved. Are you going to lobby for a change in policy with the university leadership, or what? How are you going to put that mechanism? Because like you've said, it seems like the university is responsible for allocating that 500,000. For you to do that, perhaps you have to lobby, or a policy has to be changed somewhere. How are you going to do that? We want to implement the policy. because the policy is in place.
The policy is in place.
But the policy has not been embraced enough.
Okay.
So we want to implement the policy.
Yes, yes.
Then the other aspect is on the healthcare system.
Yes, yes.
And personally, and our camp, we have called it the Musana Care.
Yes.
That we don't want to see a student lack a medical attention.
Yes.
We're at campus.
Yes.
I see a journalist who will come and investigate Islamic University in Uganda in relation to health.
Yes.
And we will find that we are not doing well. But we have a medical faculty. We have doctors. We have professors.
And also, when you look at the student ledger, because I'm a student as well, you realize that every year we pay a fee for medical.
Well, good.
For medication, yes, but I have never used any
that is the point. We want to implement that, and we want to rob, and we want to implement the system. We want to rob the system so that there is no challenge.
Yes.
I have a colleague in year 3. I don't want to mention her name.
Yes.
In a class where we were in year 2, there was a lecture taking place.
Yes.
Now what happened? She fainted. When she fainted, we took her to the clinic to get medical attention. It was in vain. And not only her, many of them. And we had to get her, to take her to Chivori Medical Hospital to get medical attention. But challenges are here and there. But we believe that we have come to serve. We don't want to be aggressive, but we want to implement the policy by lobbying. The other aspect is international students. Most of them are from different countries, Somalia, Afghanistan. You know, we have gotten Afghanistan refugees, and we want to host them so that they can get academic service. So, by doing whatever I've been talking about, we shall be marketing the university so that international students can apply to Islamic University in Uganda, and we want to protect them. We want to give them protection in terms of security, in terms of academics, in everything, social security and medical security. The other aspect, and I want, it is not the last, but I want to end with it. It is the loan scheme.
Yes, the loan scheme.
The loan scheme. My interim guild president alluded to the fact that if you're not a registered student, one, you're not qualified to be a candidate. Two, you will not vote. And I want to tell you, and the colleagues who are viewing, that most of the colleagues during the online election of our chairman electoral commission were blocked because they hadn't registered. Yes, because lack of tuition. I have suffered the same. When I was in year 2, I registered late 2 times. Late registration. Now our own scheme is structured in a way that if a student is lacking tuition and is a finalist, is ready, we shall give them priority. And we don't want to only focus on finalists and readies, but all colleagues. So long as we are going to, there is a deadline for registration, you need money, please come and get that money, you give us security, you register, and do your tests and everything you finish. But how are we going to get that money? By lobbying for funds through donation, subscription, and grants from different people. Yes, I want to. I think that is.
Thank you. But before we move to the interim, I want you to summarize some of the things you've shared with us, because you've shared so many policies and aspirations that you think can be adopted by your university. But I believe that even in there are things that you believe can be generalized and other universities can adopt them in a fair perspective and understanding of things. What are some of the things that, for someone who's viewing us out there, that UCU, and I know UCU has adopted an online system of assessment, and the past week they've been doing exams. So for them, they could be ahead even of IUI, because I don't think we've adopted that yet, but they can adopt the online system of elections. But what else, in what you've just shared, you think that other universities out there can adopt, because it's about learning and sharing in what you have seen and practice and adopt? What are some of those things you think the leadership of other universities can adopt?
Yes, thank you.
In summary.
In summary, we have adopted the online election.
Yes.
We adopted the online school.
Yes.
Most of the public universities have not adopted the same.
Yes, that's true.
And I don't know what the challenge is.
Yes.
And I hope they are solving the same.
Yes, yes.
But I want to encourage colleagues from different universities to, one, adopt the online school.
Yes, yes, yes.
I joined with colleagues in 2018.
Yes.
I was admitted with different colleagues from different universities.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now I'm in the third year.
Yes.
Most of them are now in the second year. Now I will graduate in 2000. If it is 2024, then would I be graduating in 2030? So they should adopt the online class.
They should, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Let's move to the interim president. I know the past tenure of your leadership has been challenging. Like I said in the entry, the COVID-19 pandemic has shaken so many things, not just within the education system, but even in other sectors within our country. Perhaps I wanted to give you the opportunity to share with us some of the things that have been challenging because of this situation, but also the achievements. I know you've gotten certain achievements even in this period that you've realized, but also your expectations from now on moving forward within your leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Isaac. You want my expectations?
Well, maybe we can start with the challenges, your first.
The challenges
because of COVID, from the start of
because of COVID. Firstly, I failed to graduate in time.
Yes, yes.
That's among the challenges that I'm having.
Yes.
And then there also we had a lot of we had a lot of activities in our manifesto, me and my president. Yes. But most of them we have failed to fulfill them.
Yes, yes.
Because of the COVID.
Yes.
And then among me, when I got the idea of becoming a leader in my university, one of the sparkling factor why I had to contest it was I wanted to campaign. In fact, it was a career guidance or leadership guidance campaign. I felt bad where I started from, even at IUIU, where I'm starting from. We don't get more contestant in leadership when it comes to Muslim society. Do you know why?
Why?
People, we are having some primitive ideology that
for example,
we Muslims, we don't have to contest. We have to wait for people to nominate us so that we can enter leadership.
I know your leadership has faced challenges because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I know there have been a lot of things that have been put on hold because of what this pandemic has done to the social structures, but also education structures, even at the university levels. At your university and the rest of the universities, like UCU and the rest of the universities, MOOC, Chambogo, Gulu University. I know people watching us out there can relate with you at that level of leadership. So perhaps you could share with us some of the challenges that have come in because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but also you can share with us the achievements you've realized even within this time of this pandemic. And also you can finish up with your expectations post-COVID-19, because I believe this situation will go down, but how do we move forward after that? So firstly, the challenges that you face. First, you're also talking about the perspective of students at the universities, not at your university individually, who don't want to run for leadership. You were talking about that. Please share with us.
Thank you, Mr. Isaac. I have told you that one of the reasons my viewers who are on this Faraja Television, me, I had to run for leadership. First thing it was, I wanted to sensitize my fellow Muslim students about the benefits of leadership. Although we are having the other, I call it primitive. In my ways.
What is primitive? Because the viewer has to understand
that we Muslims we fear to engage more in politics in some big positions. On at all levels. When it comes to school. When it comes to community.
Mr. Mahad, just to broaden the perspective of what you're sharing about, I have read the requirement for one to run for guild. One of them says that you must be a practicing Muslim. And I've had an issue about it. If you are a university, yes, you are based on Muslim values and cultures, but you're able to take in students who are Christians as well. Why is it the university doesn't give students an opportunity who are Christians from a Christian perspective to run for leadership? Because we are preparing leaders to lead at the national stage. Unless you're saying that even at the national stage, we should also segregate, okay? And we say Christians should not do what? Lead at the national level. Why doesn't that policy change? Please add on to that.
This policy of
because I personally I wanted to run for guild, but I was Christian.
Yes.
And the requirement says you need to be Muslim, so I couldn't run for guild.
Yeah, it is a policy of Islamic University in Uganda because.
Can't you do something about it?
No, I'm on it.
Yes.
It is a policy of Islamic University in Uganda.
Yes.
It's been there for 30 years plus.
Okay. Yes.
It has been there. That policy. Due to that, it is the Islamic University in Uganda. We expect a guilty president is going to because we say he's the head of the executive, represents the students or the students fraternity to the council, whereby this council it is led by the Saudi Arabia's ambassadors, Saudi Arabia's.
So what you're trying to say, that in Saudi Arabia, even in Saudi Arabia, there are no Christians.
No,
Christians.
No, they are there.
Liberties.
No.
Can they contest for leadership? Unless you're saying that by law in Saudi Arabia, because you are led by the vision of the Saudi Arabian leadership. So you're saying that even at IU, you should carry the same principles and deny Christian people who are at the university the opportunity to lead.
No, we are not denying them the opportunity.
Yes.
Because we are having them as ministers, yes. We are having them as MPs, but that top of the guild,
yes.
the guild president,
yes.
They are that policy comes in because of to be a guild president is a representative
yes.
of all the students in the council, whereby that council of Islamic University in Uganda,
yes.
It is on board. You find there the ambassadors from Saudi Arabia, whereby
so largely on the board there is no Christian leadership on the board, a Christian name on the board. Why do you then take in Christians into your institutions to come and study from there if you can't give them the opportunity to participate in the top leadership of the university? So what you're trying to say is that even at the national level within our country, we should restructure our constitution to make sure that we create a section based on faith to say that, okay, only Christians can run for the presidential race. Is that what you're trying to say? That
no.
Even since we are a majority Christian nation, so Christians should stand and say, okay, since we are many, and we have our own beliefs, okay? We should segregate Muslims from running for the top position of a nation.
No,
is that what you're saying?
No. This is a country. It is broad.
Yes.
But the other one is an institution.
Islam, which is preparing leaders for the national stage.
No.
There has to be equality.
No. Get Islamic University in Uganda. Do you hear that?
Okay. Let me get a perspective from Mr. Musana. What's your take on that? Because I believe that yes, we can let a Christian be a guild president, okay? But they can still respect the values of the institution, which is based on Muslim values. Because I was at a secondary school named St. Kizito, and I remember after my candidature, there was a Muslim who ran for the head prefect, and he was let to run for the position. And when he lost, he took the vice position. So why can't we? Mr. Musa?
First and foremost, that is a policy. That is a policy.
Can that policy change?
That is a policy of Islamic University in Uganda, and I don't want to promise that policy can be changed.
Oh, someone doesn't want to commit.
I don't want to promise.
You know, we have Christian leaders who are watching you.
Yes,
right now.
that is true.
Yes.
And I don't want to promise that policy will change.
Why can't you promise, Mr. President?
But however, the US Constitution is structured in a way that leadership, students' leadership, is specifically Article 3.
Yes.
That it is Muslim founded.
Yes.
Because, like he was saying...
Why do you admit Christians?
Like he was saying that you are a representative
yes.
of the university.
Yes.
So that policy has been in place. I don't want to challenge it.
Yes.
Because I'm going through the same system
But you can have a different opinion.
Yeah, that is true. I can have a different opinion.
Just say you can say that you don't have the opinion that it should be changed. Stick to that. Be open and let the Christian viewers know that you have a stand that you don't think that Christians should be standing for guild leadership. Say that profoundly so that they can
I want to be clear to viewers that Islamic University in Uganda is Muslim founded, like Uganda Christian University, which does not allow Muslims to stand.
We can also debate about that.
I can also debate about that. But I was also going to tell you that all people have a right to participate in politics. We all have a right to believe, religion, and worship.
Yes, Mr. Musa.
Now, if in the recent case of Sharon versus Makerere University, where a court held that, where she was challenging the university from allocating a paper on a specific worship day, and the university held that you joined the university when you were aware. But I don't want to promise that the system, I'm going to change it. But what I want to say is that our leadership is students-based. Whether I'm Muslim, whether I'm Christian, whether I'm Catholic, whether I'm whatever, it doesn't matter.
But the top leadership is not negotiable for Christian or Muslim. It's only for a Muslim.
So like I was stating that we all have a right to participate in politics. I have a right to vote. I have a right to be voted for. Like a Christian has a right to be voted for. But that has been the precedent. Makerere has set precedent before, and that precedent can change, but it can't change by force. Our leadership is a leadership that engages.
That's why I am suggesting, can't we advocate for lobbying and pushing for a change?
We can debate.
It's not forcing.
We can debate about it. We can debate about it as students. We can debate. But personally, I don't want to commit myself to the effect that I'm going to change it. But however, we are capable of doing anything since we are the students, and our mission is a student-centered governance. But I just don't want to commit myself. If I commit, I would be lying, and I don't want to be a liar to our viewers. Yes, thank you.
Oh, thank you. I was still talking to the interim president, guild president at the Islamic University in Uganda, Mr. Mahad, concerning the challenges he has faced in this COVID season, but also to give us a highlight of some of the achievements he has realized, and also the expectations he has for the next leadership at the university. So please take it on from there.
Mr. Isaac, thank you. And the viewers of Faraja Television. Among the challenges that I have faced during my term, it includes that many activities that were to be done physically, and we had to put a halt on them, and then we failed to do them. A lot, in fact, but due to that we have to adapt the situation, and then we had to leave them, and then we go with the situation how it is. And then some people, they can term that in our leadership we have failed, but we have done.
What is that notable achievement that you can highlight?
The notable achievement, I have done the first online elections for each chairperson, and then it was successful.
Amazing. Amazing. So what are your expectations for the interim leadership that is about to come in? I believe Musana has high expectations since he's a candidate. What do you expect of their leadership in case he wins the election?
In case Musana wins or any other aspirant wins, my expectation in the office, just to boost on some things that that in place, and then also to initiate their new activities and then proposals, because it's all about proposal, being a proposal, and then the administration pass look through whether they buy it, whether they don't, and then that's all about the leadership. But a lot, Mr. Musana and the rest, they should know there's a lot to be done in the office of leadership, in the office of guild, in IUIU, because people, students, they complain a lot, but for us, we have done our best, and then we pray for them. They also do their best so that they can overcome tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Mahad. To the guild presidential aspirant, who is yet to be nominated. He's not yet in the election. He's not yet on the ballot paper. Is that true, Mr. Musana?
I will be on the ballot paper.
You'll be on the ballot. You're very sure about that.
I'm
Okay,
sure
let
about
me
that.
hope so. So please give us your some of the aspirations, some of the heartfelt things that a student at the university, but also a student at any other university, you would love to connect to in terms of what you represent as a person and what you think can be changed at a guild level of leadership at all universities, but also at your particular university.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to thank the outgoing government,
Yeah.
and I also want to thank the interim government,
Yes.
and I must also thank the Electoral Commission
Yes.
that is conducting this election.
Yes.
I want to be straightforward.
Yes.
To other universities, our leadership, since it is student-centered, we want to partner with all Ugandan universities.
Yes.
Different good leaders from
Yeah.
different universities,
Different universities, yes,
public
yes.
and private.
Yes.
So that we push our aspirations,
Yes.
because what affects them affects us,
Yes.
and we want to work upon them.
Yes.
But we can't do that alone.
Yes.
That's why we want to partner with them here and there, so that
It's a coordinated
it is a
leadership at the
coordinated
national
leadership.
level.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is what we want.
Yes. Thank you very much. Before we leave you, give me your final remarks. Let me start with you, Musana. Your final remarks to the viewers at the University of IUI, but also in general, because I know there are viewers from UCU, Chambogo, Makerere, Gulu, and all the other universities. Your final remarks, please.
Okay, thank you so much. My final remarks are that a vote for Musana is a vote for a student-centered governance.
Yes.
That when you vote for Musana, you vote for
Yes.
a good health care,
Yes.
you vote for a loan scheme,
Yes.
you have voted for a better research system,
Yes.
better library,
Yes.
you have voted for boosting university clubs, you have voted for yourself.
Yes. To Mr. Mahad, your final remarks to our viewers. Please take it on.
I thank you, Mr. Isaac, for this opportunity, and then the administration of Faraja Television
Yes.
and the viewers
Yes.
for this great opportunity to be viewed also on this television. My final remarks, I would like to thank the Islamic University in Uganda, the administration, and then the students whom I work with,
Yes.
and also my good wishers, like Mr. Isaac. I think he is among my good wishers.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I thank. And then we are having the online lections. I would like to call upon all the students of Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus, or in all our campuses, Arua, Main, and then Kaboja, so that the students, they can embrace it. Yeah, it is easy. We can learn it, and then we can move with it, so that we can get some fair and free election, because that is my role in my office,
Yes.
so that I can witness and I see the fair and free elections where they will see the candidates, they can be voted by the students, and then they lead their fellow students at Islamic University in Uganda. And then lastly, let's Uganda, and don't forget, and then even my fellow student, that COVID is real, and then we should put on masks, and then we should sanitize.
Yes.
Yeah, we should follow the SOPs as guided from the Minister of Health, Minister of Health. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Just a few highlights before we leave the set. I hope something can be done about the restructuring of fees. These are my opinions. Please allow me to pass them through the two gentlemen. Number two, I hope that there can be more engagement at the leadership level between the leaders and the students. Those were my remarks on this topic. Thank you for joining me on the show. Some of the highlights that are happening within the sector of education as well. There's the reopening of schools in 2 weeks from now. The Minister of Education has it on their table, and they are debating it. Also, the carrying out of online exams at various universities is undergoing certain scrutinization. I've heard that UCU has already kickstarted their online exams, and that's good. And it's important that we embrace the season we are in and adopt online systems. Feel free to follow us on all our social media platforms. That is Faraja Television on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also like and follow us on all our platforms. You're also free to comment on anything that is uploaded on those platforms. I've been Isaac Dex Wakalanga on the Situation Corner. Catch me next time. Bye.